Imagine a computer so tiny, it's smaller than a grain of rice. In fact, it's so small that you could barely see it with your naked eye. But despite its size, it can process information, store data, and communicate with the outside world. So, how is that even possible? Back in 2018, researchers at the University of Michigan introduced one of the world's smallest computers. The device measured just 0.3 millimeters on each side, tiny enough to fit inside the eye of a sewing needle. Although later experimental devices have pushed miniaturization even further in specialized research, this milestone showed that a complete computing system could exist at an almost microscopic scale. It wasn't designed to replace your laptop or smartphone. Instead, it proved just how small computing could become. Even at this tiny size, the device still had the essential parts of a computer: a processor, memory, solar-powered energy harvesting, wireless communication. Instead of using a battery, it gathered tiny amounts of energy from light. That made it ideal for places where replacing a battery would be impossible. Scientists envisioned tiny computers like this being used in ways that once sounded like science fiction. For example, monitoring tumors inside the human body, measuring pressure in tiny spaces, tracking environmental conditions, powering ultra-small sensors in hard-to-reach places. Imagine a microscopic computer helping doctors detect disease without major surgery. That's the kind of future researchers are working toward. For decades, engineers have packed more computing power into smaller chips. Today's smartphones are already thousands of times more powerful than the computers that guided the Apollo moon missions. Miniaturization allows devices to become faster, more energy efficient, easier to carry, able to fit into places that were once impossible. Tiny computers are another step in that evolution. Making a computer this small isn't easy. Engineers must overcome problems like limited processing power, tiny memory capacity, heat management, reliable wireless communication, powering the device continuously. Every fraction of a millimeter matters. Designing electronics at this scale pushes manufacturing to its limits. The world's smallest computers won't replace your phone, but they could transform medicine, science, and technology in ways we're only beginning to imagine. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come in the smallest packages. What amazing use would you invent for a microscopic computer? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to Explain That Fast for more fascinating science and technology explained in just a few minutes. Like what you saw? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next video.